All right, let's talk about something that is honestly so important for anyone who has an older adult in their life. We're talking about senior falls. It's one of those things you might not think about until it happens. But really, understanding what's going on behind the scenes is one of the best things you can do to protect the people you love.
Okay, let's just jump right in, because this quote from DailyCaring.com really hits the nail on the head. A fall is almost never just a simple slip-up. You should think of it less like a random accident and more like a final symptom. It's a big red flag that a bunch of other things have been quietly building up in the background.
And wow, the numbers here, they really make you stop and think. According to the CDC, more than 1 in every 4 adults over 65 is going to fall this year. Let that sink in. If you know 4 older adults in your life, the odds are that at least one of them will have a fall in the next 12 months.
And here's where things get really tricky. Once someone has just one fall, their chance of falling again jumps to over 50%. It kicks off this really dangerous cycle where the fear of falling makes them less active, which then makes them weaker, which, you guessed it, makes another fall even more likely.
So we have to get this idea out of our heads that these falls are just minor bumps and bruises. They're not. They are one of the biggest reasons seniors lose their independence, and they can completely change someone's life in an instant.
And to really understand the physical toll, get this. Over 95% of all hip fractures in older adults happen because of a fall. For an injury this devastating, it's not just a leading cause, it's pretty much the cause. And that makes being proactive an absolute must.
And the ripple effects just keep going. A fall can lead to traumatic brain injuries. It can wipe out independence in the blink of an eye and suddenly create a need for way more daily care. For so many, it means long stays in nursing facilities. And this is tough to hear, but it's true. Falls are a top cause of injury-related death in this age group. So what's really going on here? You know, it's easy to blame a slippery floor or a wrinkled rug, but the real story, well, it goes a lot deeper. Let's pull back the curtain on the 6 main age-related changes that quietly stack the deck against us. First up, strength, or, well, the lack of it. And here's the kicker. This whole process actually starts around age 30. Yeah. So over the decades, that gradual muscle loss means less core and leg strength to catch yourself after a simple stumble. Number 2 is a weaker sense of balance. You know, just staying upright is this incredible, complex dance between your inner ear, your muscles, and your brain. But age, and sometimes the side effects from medications, can throw that whole system out of sync.
Third is declining eyesight. I mean, think about it. Your eyes are your body's early warning system. They spot the uneven sidewalk or the cord on the floor. When vision starts to go, so does that crucial ability to see and avoid everyday hazards.
And fourth, we've got loss of flexibility. You know that split-second automatic reaction when you trip? That requires your hips and ankles to move fast, but as joints get stiffer with age, that whole rapid response system gets sluggish, making it harder to correct your balance in time. Okay, number 5 is decreased endurance. This one's pretty simple. When you're tired, you get clumsy. For an older adult, just walking to the mailbox can be exhausting, and that's exactly when a foot might not lift high enough, catching on the edge of the curb. And this last one, number 6, this one is just brutal. It's the negative cycle. After a fall, or sometimes just from the fear of falling, people tend to become way less active. And you can't blame them. But that inactivity leads to weaker muscles and worse balance, which, ironically, makes the next fall way more likely. It's a vicious circle. So, okay, that's a lot, I know, and hearing it all at once can feel a little overwhelming. But just knowing about these risks is a huge first step. The really important part is taking that knowledge and turning it into action, figuring out how to break that cycle before it even gets started. And that brings us to the good stuff, the solutions. And this isn't about guesswork. We're talking about a practical 6-part toolkit for prevention. These are real things you can start doing, like today, to build a much stronger safety net. So let's run through these because this is how you can really make a difference. First off, make the home safer. Get rid of those throw rugs, clear the clutter, and add more light, especially in hallways. Oh, and grab bars in the bathroom are a total game changer. Second, encourage safe exercise. We're not talking about running marathons. Things like Tai Chi for balance or even simple leg lifts from a chair are fantastic. 3 and 4 are about the pros. Regular doctor and eye checkups are an absolute must. That's where you can review medications that cause dizziness and make sure glasses are up to date.
Fifth, if they use a walker or a cane, make sure it's the right height and they're using it correctly. And finally, number 6, footwear. Ditch the flimsy slippers. You want supportive, non-slip shoes that actually stay on the feet.
And you know, what's so important to remember through all of this is that it's not about limiting someone's life. The whole point of fall prevention is actually the exact opposite. It's about enabling them to live a full and independent life, just more safely.
I just love this quote because it completely changes how you look at the problem. This isn't about restriction, it's about empowerment. It's about giving someone the tools, the confidence, and the safe space they need to keep living their life with dignity.
We really hope this look at the info from DailyCaring.com was helpful, so we want to leave you with this one final thought. After everything we've talked about, what's just one small thing, one little change you could make today to create a safer world for someone you care about?